Hello everyone and welcome to the first Steel Division League Season 7 semi-final, and we have two big names here. On the right side in blue we have GONZO, and on the left side in red we have FANTYX getting in here as the winner of the previous round of 6 game, winning 2-1 over Scotter, now moving in against GONZO in the semi-final. So let's see how this goes. The other semi-final in Division 1 will be Onord versus Quadro. And yeah, we have a hot matchup here, as we are on Kostritsa, and GONZO is bringing in a good Forest Strike division. He is bringing in Raima Rapana. Whilst on the other side, we see a division that I'm really not a fan of. We say Grupa Bitsug logo, a division with shitty available like slot costs, and also no really super unique good insane unit. It's okay-ish in all it got, but you have better choices than my ass on the Soviet side. But let's have a deeper look onto the decks that we will see. GONZO comes in here with Raima Rapana, a lot of red Suvakis in A, 2 cards of Yakaris as well, and then no Yakaris in B. There you got the Ratsu Pioneeri, but more Yakaris and Ratsuvakis in C phase. Artillery tab pretty filled out as well. 2 cards of 122mm in B phase. In A phase also some spam. A lot of artillery, 32 pieces, not something you usually see with GONZO. And the recon tab, you'll see the lovely sissies with the sniper and the 1000 meter range LMG. Some sissy Kev as well, pretty good unit. The Tarka Ampuya double snipers. Obviously, tank tab, really lackluster in this division, but also a solid air tab, with AT rocket planes in every tab to deal with some T-34. And T-34s will be the best tool on the other side, together with the Tigers you get in this division. But as you can see, infantry, way fewer infantry units in here, and also only 2 cards of CQCU infantry. You see some Strafnikis, but these are not buffed yet. The new patch is not out yet, so Strafnikis not strong here. AA is okay. Artillery also more focused against quick damage with an off-map and an Andriusha. No long-range, long-fight capabilities here. Tank air tab also really small. And as you can see, like for example, there's still a 5-cost slot over here and so on. Like this is really the problem of Bitsug logo. You don't have too many cards. This deck always looks really small. It will get buffed soon. It will get another infantry slot, 2-cost infantry slot. But till then, I'm not the biggest fan of this division. But let's see. Maybe FANTYX can show me that I'm wrong. Always like to be proven wrong by players. But let's see if they do it. As the incomes we got, GONZO unbalanced, as he usually plays lately. He's really become the new Sean, basically. Sadly, we haven't seen Sean in a while. Maybe he might come back for a future season. He's still around posting his pets in the Discord, at least. Whilst FANTYX coming in with Bitsug logo, with Maverick. So he needs to win in the first 25 to 30 minutes or so. Or make it a really long grind. But that will not be easy either. So here we go. Ognomachiki coming in, PTRS coming in as well. Meanwhile, Maxime in the rear, doing its job. Ognomachiki here, jumping in all the forest. PTRS versus Latti. Latti is the one first out of transport, but PTRS will survive it as well. But a lot of Yakaris, Ratsuvakis having an LMG. Yakaris having the Molotovs, and quite a lot of the Suomi SMGs. 3 of the Suomis. Also SVT rifle, a really strong unit. PTRS over here in a nice spot as well. Thank God that Sandniki coming in over here versus Sissy Cavs. Sissy Cav also pretty decent, as they also have 4 Suomis and 6 SVTs. So against everything that doesn't have Molotovs or TNTs, they usually win in CQC as well. Against Tankos, it might be interesting, as there's 3 of them versus only 2 Tankos. I would say the sissies also would win. So far, 59 though here for our player in red. But an IS, KB1S comes in over here. Bulky SVTs holding out in the north. Also not the buffed version of this unit yet. Bulky SVTs will go down to 20 points. Ain't there yet, though not really that cost efficient currently. They hold their line somewhat decently here though, as the mid to long range engagements are not the strength of the Finnish division. Good setup there currently for Bits logo, or at least decent one, as it's only one infantry slot, but the tanks help out somewhat. Latti though coming around, and it should be able to deal with the half track quite easily, and even with the T-70 has to be careful against double Latti squad. And the sissies won the fight quite handily down here. Tankodis and Nikis are beaten, and this is really the issue as Bitsug logo versus the Finnish. You will struggle so hard in these forests, because your CQC infantry is just so limited, but they have so much CQC infantry, so you kind of have to win around here, beat them in the open ground, but that's not what FANTYX is going for currently, and I feel like that's a big mistake. Half track goes down. Spelky SVT trying to move around here. Pack 38 in the forest. Latti coming around as well. This is the semifinals. Finals will be either played next weekend or the weekend after. Oh, like most likely the weekend after, as the second semifinal is played next weekend. Strelky SVTs moving into against your carries, but running into your carries is so brutal. 3 Suomis, if you run into them, they just completely delete you out of existence. And that's basically what happened there to the Strelky SVTs. Like, really, Suomis and the Beretta SMGs really strong. Javniki's coming in here, but as I said, not the buffed version of these, so they are decent, but they're not absolute murder unit. They are, and for being reliant on them, I'm not quite sure how good they are on a map like this. And like, one issue with a 20-point unit is that they still get stunned down as quickly as any other unit. So they will maybe get pinned down by the carries with their Molotovs and so on in CQC fights as well. And then they might get surrendered, or at least they will not be able to fight back whilst getting dealt more damage. Stravniki up here, for example, good example. Only 4 men down, but already pinned down, so it can't retaliate. But it's getting hit more and more. Falling back now, but Sissy's already dealt some damage there. And yeah, flag over here still under control. Flag over here might fall back under the control of Gonzo though. And it's only a 14-10 now for FANTYX, not the 59 he is aiming for. 59 really the key mark he needs to reach to try to win this game in a okay timing. But currently he's quite a far away from this, as Gonzo is pushing him in the north. T-34 disengages. BA-10 and T-70 trying their best to help out against the sissies and co over here. There are a lot of anti-tank options in this deck as well. The Lotties, the Panzerschrecks, and so on, doing a good job there. You carries, not the best range they're engaging currently in, but the PTRs can't retaliate, so it struggles as well. Elguzer, thanks for the follow. Stravniki versus Sissy over here. Stravniki have 3 DPs, so they at least can deal quite a bit of damage on this range. But Sissy is on a good way of pinning it down again, though it's the only sniper currently around. So Stravniki still will take a while to be pinned down. But 3-star Sissy is also not dying here. Okay, one more of them has fallen, but Stravniki back to be pinned down. KV-1S coming around over here. Well, Strelky SVTs and Stravnikis versus Sissies are engaging right there. Maxime from the rear with 3-star vacancy doing a good job. Sissies being pinned down. Latti though, once more round, killing another half-track. Latti over here not quite capable of dealing with the T-70s just yet, but still doing a solid job. Panzerschreck over here got killed, got the BA-10 though, and your carries are moving in. Gonzo brought it back to a 12-12, and that's what he wants to reach, but he might even go higher. 13-11 now, 14-10 in a second, and this is a classic Gonzo clap, it feels like, coming up here for us. Like, the southern flank is going so well, the northern flank is going so well. The only place where it feels like FANTYX has any slight momentum, it's in the middle, but even there it's not going insanely good for him. Blenheim's coming in. He's doing a bit, but there's also a bomber from the other side. How well does this L2 do? Gets the kill on the carry. So at least a solid kill there for FANTYX. But being ticked down in a phase as the one with the aggressive income always feels painful. T-34's engaging the Lottie over here now. Can they get the kill there in time? T-26 is around for GONZO. But and GONZO now up to a 59. And this is quite brutal. Maybe overextending a bit here with the push into this. Should maybe stay a bit more defensive. You don't want to overextend this balance versus Maverick when Maverick comes around in B phase. You don't want to lose your cohesion in A phase. So yeah, this seems a bit overeager here currently. Question is, can he still make it work though? Maxime engaging onto Sissy Kevs and Yukari's down here. More Sissy Kev coming around here as well. Fuck 38 getting a kill there. And yeah, this is the perfect Rima map. Or like next to perfect Rima map. The only issue really where you struggle is around here and like in the more open spaces around here. But FANTYX is not using that at all. So GONZO is controlling the battle here. T26 versus PTRS. Engaging there. Yukari will move forward in a second, most likely as well. Javniki being pushed back over here. Yukari is doing a good job there. 13-11 continuing. Buck 38 versus KV1. Can the KV1 get the kill there? Or will there be another unit going down here for FANTYX? Gets another kill, at least, onto the Buck 38. KV1 is reloading. Another shot hitting it though, and gets the kill with the Pak 38 remaining on one man. Lottie disengaging over here. Good anti-tank guns already moved forward here for GONZO as well. 13-11 still for GONZO, whilst we are on the way to B phase. T28 engaging the Stravniki. Strelky SVT engaging the Ratsuveki as well. Sissy on to Strelky SVT. This is, as I said, this is the only slot where FANTYX still has momentum and he might be able to use it. Let's see. Oh no. Yeah, losing this would be painful. Losing this would be really painful. It gets penetrated, so KV1 is a bit weaker now as well. Plenheim, will he get the shutdown there? That would be big. Yeah, it's close. It's really close, but it doesn't seem to be. Well, it's more Sissy Kevs get behind the lines here. And it's still a 14-10 for GONZO. We hit B phase now. Maybe FANTYX can get something rolling, but it's not looking too hot here. It's not looking too hot. I mean, he got GONZO ticked down at least a slight bit, but the latest rates just weren't in his favor at all. These anti-tank guns doing a good job. T-34, 76 going down over here. Another one of these AT guns sneaking around in the forest. T-70 getting killed over here. And yeah, GONZO's AT gun micro is second to none. I have played a lot of playtest games lately against him and it's just so annoying. Because, yeah, how they poke out, poke back in. He does it really, really well. And they're doing a really good job here as well. Like other people use AT guns to play defensively, GONZO kinda uses them to push you. And it works out really well for him. KV1 here goes down as well. T26 gets annihilated as well, but that doesn't matter too much. This Plenheim now should bite the dust this time as we have two 37mm. And it went a bit deep. Yeah, Plenheim goes down. Hawk trying to get the L2 might not work out either. Yeah, gets pushed back as well. But still a 14-10 for GONZO as we are in B phase. And this is a really solid position to go into the phase where FANTYX gets the most income. Lottie gets the kill onto a T-34. The AT gun play, or the AT weapon play over here from GONZO, absolutely superb. That's why he is the player with the most championships under his belt. And it's just not looking hot here for FANTYX. Just not quite up to par here. Lottie gets the kill on some transports. It's going from bad to worse. The one position where I said he had momentum is completely gone. The south is heavily under siege. The north, same thing. Not a lot of forces here, not a lot of forces here. Really low amount of forces here as well. Lati coming around to snipe some more transports. And Gonzo microing all across the board. And it's just not looking hot here for FANTYX whatsoever. Gonzo pushing up to a 59 here in B phase with Balanced versus Maverick. What a game here. T-34 engaging the carries. The parries and Strelky DPs pushing forward against the carries as well. That's more Strelky DPs rolling in the center. Some coming in here as well. Carry getting killed off. Strelky DPs chilling around over here as well. Whilst another snipe happens on the Strelky DP over here. Dovniki under fire. Takyampuya hitting them hard. They are going down. We're pinned down again. Whilst L2 is trying to hit the Tarkar here, but there's now Vekotin's AA around. It's a 14-10 and Gonzo has just way more forces. Even though FANTYX has quite a bit more income, but the trades must have been absolutely horrendous for him lately. And Gonzo is on a really supreme way to winning this first game in this best of 3 in the semifinals of the Steel Division League. Sissy's rolling in. The tank gun over here seems to get annihilated. Yeah, at least a small victory there for FANTYX. Very under fire as well. L2 got its bombing run through, got the kill there as well. T-34 trying to do something. A lot of infantry arriving here with the Strelky DP. And the Sissy, Kev and Co should not engage here. Latido gets another kill into a transport. Yeah, on the longer ranges the Strelky DPs should work out quite fine. There's only SVTs or normal rifles on the other side firing back at them. Not too many LMGs in the finished deck, so these ranges are pretty good. For the Soviets. Meanwhile in the north, Vatsu Pioneeri rolling in. On the other side, Saperi coming in as well. Whilst an Su-22 comes in here as well. Dovniki versus Vatsuveki. Saperi coming in here. Will they get the TNT off? Yes, they get the TNT off, so they at least might get quite a lot of these killed. Yep. 6 going down. U-34-76 rolling in, trying to once more get something happening in the center, but time is running out here for FANTYX, and the south is still looking horrible, and lots of points are running out for FANTYX here as well, as Gonzo is going up to a 16-8. This man is brutal, and yeah, FANTYX admits defeat here. 1,500 to 1,000 killed, as Balanced versus Maverick. Yeah, basically all the advantage FANTYX got with income, completely eaten up by this kill KD difference. And you have to also see that Gonzo was pushing with it. Like, it was not defensive kills, it was offensive kills. So yeah, no way FANTYX would have gotten this around. And GGVP to Gonzo in this game, number 1. Hello there, Mr. Bowser. Yeah, there's actual light in my room now. I kinda enjoy it. And Linkin Park poster will be there, most likely, next to the Hong Kong one at one point as well. And yeah, we had Gonzo versus El Bowser in tournaments before. It happened before. If I remember it closely, it was an okay match. And here we are in game number 2. On Siedlitze, Gonzo leading 1-0. FANTYX needs to win the next 2 games if he wants to bring it back. And this time he has finally a good division. After going in with Witzug logo last game, which didn't work out at all on that map, we now have 5th Gebirgsjäger on a map where that actually can work out pretty okay. 5th Gebirgsjäger obviously the heaviest nerfed division in the last patch, because it was also the most OP beforehand. Now I would say they are still an A-tier division, but not quite broken anymore. Whilst Gonzo this time went with a bit more wild division. He brings in the 358th division that also will receive a buff in the next patch, and getting a unique anti-tank unit, one of the 2 older divisions that gets a new unit. But, I mean, anti-tank is not the issue when you're playing 5th Gebirgsjäger. And with Krupa Zachisti... Oh god. Krupa Zachiski. They have a really good CQC unit, which is important around here and around here. And they also have ISU 122S for the long-range engagements in the middle. So they could rule with those in the center. T-26 is helping out on the side. Versus the really amazing Stuk M42 7534. 1750 meter range on 12 rounds per minute. Really lovely gun. Whilst, yeah, we have some Gebirgssturmjägers, some Gebirgsfusiliers with the sniper rifle. 9-man squad there. Gebirgsstreifer, double MG42, and 2 MP44s on a 25-point unit. Really nice as well. Then some heavy MGs. And then a couple of Gebirgsjägers. And Gebirgsjägers were the one unit that was nerfed together with the leader unit. But the leader unit is still really amazing as well. As it has a Panzerschreck, a sniper rifle, a radio trait, and radar trait. So really nice leader there on a 7-man leader, I think it is. So pretty decent there. And yeah, FANTYX seems to be a bit scared after what happened in game number 1 to him. At least it's saying so. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully this goes away. Oh, please don't... I don't think it will go away. I think FANTYX has blessed us with a forever ping here. Dark Hamster, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We got some AB41s coming in here. We got some Stuk M42s coming in here as well. LG42 in the rear. Will it come around? Or will it always forever stick back there? Nope. FANTYX realizes it's somewhat in time. Will not be able to hit these units before they unload, but that's not quite the purpose there. LG42, good long-range fire support. Another one coming in here. No ISU 122 on the way into the center yet. So the LG42 might be able to reign supreme here. MG42 also having some engagements over here already. Hitting the 52P, and the MG42 should win that engagement. So GONZO is disengaging for now. Gebirgsstreifer and Gebirgsjäger coming around over here. 25-point units. These units are still decent, as they have 2 really good weapons here, with the G43 and the MG42 on a 10-man leader. Only the MP40 is a bit underwhelming, but they still allow them to win against normal line infantry, 28-point line infantry in CQC. So they usually beat most of the 20-point units on all ranges. They beat them, like the line infantry unit it is, they beat them in CQC, they beat them mid-range thanks to the G43s, and they beat them long-range thanks to the MG42s. So they for sure are worthwhile. They're 25 points now. Still, but they're not completely insane anymore. At 20 points, they were really, really, really cost efficient. Now they're just kind of where they should be. So this is not a super big advantage for Gebirgsjägers anymore. Your other more specialized units are doing that job. IL-2 for GONZO, getting the LG42, really important unit to get rid of. The 2000 meter range support can be quite nasty. Veltro here, being called in for FANTYX, not able to get onto the tail of the IL-2 just yet. Second Veltro coming in. Once more, by the way, it's FANTYX with Maverick versus a balanced GONZO. So income setup is still the same. FANTYX still needs to be the aggressor. Oh, Veltro not going for the IL-2. Big mistake there, I think. Could have easily gotten the kill there. Overall, weird air micro here by FANTYX. If not to say bad air micro there to say by FANTYX. Yak 7B is around. Veltro needs to be careful. Oh, tries to turn. Okay, we'll get away there. 2 Veltros should be able to deal some damage here to the Yak 7. Yak 7 tries to disengage. I would have turned the other way for exactly that maneuver now. GONZO is disengaging. Veltro not turning around quickly enough. If it would have turned left, it could have gotten behind the Yak 7 because it would have done the turn and then could have just gotten on the tail here. But with the left turn instead of the right turn for the Veltro, FANTYX gives up that hope, gives up that chance, and all of GONZO's planes survive. So the fighter investment here of FANTYX not quite paying off yet. Doing some strafing now, trying to kill off some Maxims. Let's see how effective that will be. They have some 20mm, yeah, so they can do the good job. So at least 1 kill there for the fighters. In the bottom, nothing really happening. Over here, Storm Pioneers and the Gebirgsstrafe pushing forward. On the other side, there are some stroke ADPs. PTRS will not do much in this scenario, but the T60 could be quite helpful in dealing some damage against these Storm Pioneers. Meanwhile, IG-18 is trying to engage down here onto the T-26s. Will it get some kills? Misses for now. AV-41's coming around. T-26 number 1 goes down as the heat shell here has 8 damage. T-26 is a light tank, so it only has 8 hit points, so it gets one-shotted by the T-26s. The elite CQC infantry of 358 is around, and the one thing that makes these so amazing is the AVT-40. Rifle you don't see too much with the Soviets, but it's basically similar to the Bren guns. It's an automatic rifle. It has long range, 600 meters. It deals quite good damage on the 600 meters, but it also can fire under 100 meters, so it's also a CQC weapon. And it has quite good damage stats. Issue in real life was that these were pretty hard to manufacture, and it wasn't really worthwhile, as the Soviets needed more rifles after Operation Barbarossa. Like this coming into Soviets shortly before Barbarossa, so they switched back into more Mosin Nagant production and then replaced it with the SVT-40 as the a bit slightly easier to manufacture weapon, but only being semi-automatic. As you can see, the weapons are somewhat close in looks as well. But that's why you don't see too many AVT-40s anymore in 1944, and that's why only quite a handful of units get them on the Soviet side. Meanwhile, Saperi and Sahistri trying to push over here. No CQC, full-on CQC units on the side of FANTYX are down here. So pushing into here would be kind of suicidal. The Storm Pioneers are over here. I would have said switch the Storm Pioneers from down here, with, or the Gebirgsjägers from down here with the Storm Pioneers over here. Panzerschreck at least gets to come to the T60, but 52P helping out over here. LG-42 not in a position to retaliate. Gebirgsstrafe in the north gets pinned down by another cheap tank of Gonzo. Sis-2 here, ooh, might be able to get the snipe onto a transport here. Yep, gets the kill onto an IG-18 in transport. Not a pleasant scenario for FANTYX either. 52P down here. Gets hit now by the Gebirgsstrafe, and Gebirgsstrafe on this range really efficient, so they should be killed off in a second. LG-42 also trying to engage, but sitting on the edge of the hills and sitting around with a lining back. 52P at least goes down, Gebirgsstrafe has to disengage. Both of the Sturm Pioneer troops have been eliminated. Spähwagen trying to come around, but the PTRS is around here, and all the Strelk ADPs also have PTRDs, so you can't get too close to these if you want to have your Spähwagen AB-41 survive. AK-40 in the north. Now also some bombers on the side of FANTYX with some BF-109s hitting down Strelk ADPs, not dealing too much damage though. 25mm AAPs in the north. Whilst the Velcros try to do some more strafing, but the 25mm will prevent that from going on for too long. Stuck M42 sitting in the south with its long-range fire support. More T60s coming around. 60 is quite decent with the 20mm cannon. Can deal damage against infantry and against hard targets. No AA on the side of FANTYX in the north. And the Veltro most likely will go down here. Yep. Being too over-eager on strafing a Maxim, losing a Veltro for it, really not worthwhile. Really not worthwhile at all. Now the Yak-7 retaliates on pinning down the Pak-40 here. Nearly with its run there. Maxim should be able to do the job in the end. IL-2 coming around as well, but might not even be necessary. Well, I guess if it can get the kill here, it would be quite nice. Gebirgsjäger, Flak 38 coming around. Gebirgsjägers overall not having the best AA tab, fully reliant on 20mm. More IL-2s coming in now from Gonzo, trying to exploit that weakness. Spähwagen being under permanent fire of the 52P. It will not survive that forever. Especially direct hits of an HE shell do quite solid damage against a lightly armored unit like the Spähwagen. In the south, yeah, no push happening from FANTYX. Too many CQC units in this forest. He can't really do anything against it. Meanwhile, Yak 7B engaging the Gebirgsstreife over here, getting the kill. Another Gebirgsjäger coming in over here as well. The parry will get killed off there. Yep. Beretta's really nice SMGs. More AB41s coming around, but 1311 is not enough. He needs to use his C-phase income to get some breakthrough happening. Maxim's getting killed off. More 20mm coming in the north. SAA. Another Stuck coming in. So far, it was a better game by FANTYX than game number 1 for sure. But it's still going quite well for GONZO, I would say. Gebirgsstreife should be able to deal with the striking camaraderie. GONZO not retreating that unit. Gebirgsstreife not moving any closer though. Pioneer also not moving in, so that striking camaraderie might actually survive to see the reinforcements arrive. The C-205 finally be called in the right time, but the 225mm do their job and get the kill on it. So the trade is just okay. Killing off an IL-2 for Veltro. The parry over here getting a bit too close, but still got that TNT off, so the Gebirgsjäger get killed off before this parry fully falls, and there's no CQC infantry here to protect the MG42. So these parries might go deep. And GONZO once more turning it around, pushing now in the south. Infantry of FANTYX went a bit too far forward. As I said, not as good in the CQC fight down here as the forces of GONZO are. So Perry and Krupa Sachitsky moving forward. 2 more 25mm will get rid of another Veltro. Veltro not the most resilient plane, so 25mm, especially with 1-star veterancy, quite decent against them. And once more, the trades go pretty shitty here for FANTYX. IG-18 will engage onto the T-26 down here. T-26 retaliates onto the IG-18, but IG-18 at least gets the kill there. But FANTYX now needs to get some damage done, though I don't quite see how. He didn't really soften up the forces of GONZO too much, lost his MG42 over here. 2-2 will still go through. 20mm tried their best to get the kill on it. They might actually be able to do so, though they reload on the wrong timing. Reloading at the moment where the enemy bomber is the closest, where you have the best accuracy on it, is kind of disappointing. And I don't think that will be a kill. No, 2-2. Really resilient bomber. Gebirgsstreife and Gebirgs Pioneers trying to come in. IG got killed off. LG trying its best to replace it on the long range fire. But GONZO is still trying to push here as the balanced player versus the Maverick player. Really, this guy is just so good. Meanwhile, Kupasachsitska gets killed off over here together with Superi against Gebirgs Pioneer. Gebirgs Pioneer number 2 coming around to be able to kill Superi easily. And it's at least a 1311 once more, but more Krupa Sachitsky got behind these units over here, so they are in trouble. FANTYX not realizing that just yet, so he will have a horrible awakening once these guys jump onto him, if he even realizes it, that these will roast his Gebirgs Fusiliers. There is action all over the map. Gebirgsjägers versus Saperi and 52P over here. More Gebirgs Pioneers up in the north, killing off the Saperi. More Stucks rolling in. And a BF-109 lying around in the rear. But really quick kills here by the Krupa Zachitsky. With their 5 Suomis as well. They have really good weapon loadout. AVT, 5 Suomis. One of the best rifle loadout you can have for a CQC squadron. The Gebirgs Pioneers here in trouble as well. Especially as you combine it with a flamethrower that also forces the enemy to move, allowing you to get even more damage onto the enemy. 1311 for GONZO once more. FANTYX really needs to put the pedal to the metal and somehow get this game pushed into Gonzo again, but it will not be easier. More Krupa Zachitsky coming around here. 4 of them around. LG42 trying to deal more damage from up the hill. Not quite doing so just yet. We got a 152mm artillery piece out. Whilst the LG42 tries its best. Great units over here, but not quite hitting. T-26s rolling onto 20mm. And there's not any, no AT here around for FANTYX, but 20mm versus only 25 frontal armor can work out. Yep, there you go. T-26 gets killed off by the 20 mils. Second T-26 in trouble. Also, Volksstrafe doing an okay job against the 52 piece. Yak 7 and IL-2 trying to come in here. No fighters on the side of FANTYX remaining, and really losing the air quite important there, as both decks have solid air overall once you get them through. But yeah, Gonzo now having air superiority. Nothing majorly happening in the south, but more Geburgspernius will try to engage the Krupa, but it will be a tough matchup. Stuk versus D34, also not a favorable matchup here for FANTYX. He's not retreating just yet though. LG42 still stuck on alignment bug. You really have to be on, have to keep an eye on these edges on Zitlitze. They love to get your weapon stuck. 14-10 now for Gonzo, and this looks like it will go really one-sided as well once more, as the balanced player once more is the one guy pushing, and that's not how this game is supposed to be played. Let me tell you that much. Works Pioneer is getting completely shredded down here. The second one at least gets the jerry can off, so it deals quite a bit of damage there, but there's just too much firepower, too many flamers in these guys, so in the end both Geburgspernius fall. Geburgsstrafe trying its best over here, but there's just so much firepower in these forests. T60 versus Stuk, obviously not a good engagement, but even the Stuk over here falls. And with that, this game looks decided. 152mm not quite hitting. Another Maxim coming in. 52P versus Geburgs. IG-18 will go for the 52B, as it should get the kill any second now. And might even hit the Geburgsstrafe a bit with it. Yeah. Shot missing actually kills 2 of the Geburgsstrafe, and the final hit hits both. And really the amount of units on the front line doesn't quite look like it's a Maverick game here for FANTYX. It looks more like a balanced versus balanced. And this is not a good sign, obviously, as the income advantage is supposed to elevate your amount of units above the amount of units that the enemy has around, and allow you to have better combined arms in the as the aggressor, but this really didn't happen here. And with the 13-11, Gonzo is getting closer and closer to victory, as in C-phase he will just get such an overwhelming income advantage over FANTYX. ISU 122S rolling in as well, and this semi-final seems to be decided. Geburgsstrafe trying to kill this S2. Will it get there? Stuk engaging as well, hitting Krupa Zachitsky. But this game looks really rough for FANTYX now. Not quite sure how he's supposed to break this. Obviously, air play is not the way, artillery play is not the way. Infantry play is quite tough, especially as infantry is a big war of attrition, and once you are at a disadvantage there, income wise, it's pretty hard to come back. Panzerschreck might be able to get the T-34 over here at least, with Geburgsstrafe already suffering there as well. Can the Panzerschreck at least get that kill? Yes, it can. Stuk now engaging over here. Sistudo could come around as well. 13-11 here for Gonzo. And we're getting closer and closer to the 20-minute mark. And closer to Gonzo getting an insane income advantage. ISU 1-2, number 2 coming around over here. The tank that looks like someone is moving as well. So yeah, because a lot of boxes left on top. If this thing breaks, they should just fly around wildly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone designed this with the armory in mind and forgot that the skin you have in the armory is also the skin in game, because obviously this is not how ISU 1-2s would go into battle with just boxes lying on top of them, completely unsecured and so on. Sis2 at least gets killed. Bergsteiger over here trying to help out with the engagement as well, but we are close to C-phase. Gonzo is 14-10 up, is also ahead in points on the board, I would say. And with that, FANTYX' chances of hope are really small, and FANTYX sees it as well and surrenders. And we have the first finalist of Steel Division League Season 7, and his name is Gonzo. And yeah, this is not a big surprise. This is kind of what we expected, I guess. But he once more shows his prowess, advancing into the final with a 2-0 victory over FANTYX. And with that, there's only 3 more games to be played in Steel Division League Season 7 Division 1. Onord versus Quadryu in the other semi-final, the winner against Gonzo, and the loser versus FANTYX for the bronze match. So I hope you are as hyped for this semi-final as I am. It looks a bit closer from the skill level wise. 2 big up-and-comers over the last couple of months and years, over the last 2 or 3 seasons. Really looking forward to Quadryu versus Onord. And then also the matchup of either of them against Gonzo should be quite entertaining as well. So yeah, hope to see you for these. With that said, I will go on to casting some more lower division games, and I hope to see you in a couple of minutes. How you rotate the camera? With the middle mouse button. Walter Brazil. With the middle mouse button you rotate it. Yeah. Your middle mouse button, pressing that allows you to rotate. I think you can also change it. Oh no, I think that's one of the few hotkeys you can't change. What Division 2 games would there be? I mean, I haven't casted Colonel Koenig versus Tanner, so I will cast them, I think. No up-and-coming game currently, I think. There is one later tonight, but I'm not quite sure if I can cast that, because first of all, Apprentice might be coming, and I also have to do some organizational work for Steel Division League, and also 1-0. So yeah, but we will cover Tanner versus Mr. Whom did he play? Tanner versus Colonel Koenig. Right. So that one is up next. But yeah, GGVP to Gonzo. Do we have any Division 4 or 5 series played in the playoffs yet? No. What the hell? What's going on there? Usually they were always the quickest to finish. Disappointing. Astartes versus Flix. Game 2 is still missing. Okay. But yeah, we will go into Tanner versus Colonel Koenig next. We'll need a short break though, so see you all in 5 minutes. See you all. Or, yeah, let's do 6.